Hello everyone. Whether you're watching this video live or you're going to watch the replay, I'm very grateful for all of you being here today. In today's live, I will be answering some questions I received from fellow autism parents on my Instagram page. And chances are, if they have those questions, you might have it too. So, before I begin, if you have any questions, whether you're watching it live, you can drop it in the comments, or if you're watching the replay, also drop your questions in the comments. I will answer it in a future live. So, let's begin. So, the first question is, how much time do we actually need to take out for our child for activities if we are working, women especially? So the answer to that is children with autism, they learn with lots of consistency and repetition. That's how children with autism, they learn. So in order for your child to make progress, it's very important that you stay consistent. So that doesn't mean that you have to take out hours a day in order to work with your child. Even if you can take out 15 to 20 minutes daily with consistency with your child, and you can spend that 15 to 20 minutes a day, you will definitely see lots of progress in your child rather than just doing an hour a week here or there. That's not something which is going to help your child, but working with them consistently every single day, even if it's just 5 to 15 minutes a day, is definitely going to help your child make the progress. The thing is, I always tell fellow parents is not to leave everything to the teachers and the therapist. You are their mom, you are their parent, and you have to take an active role in your child's learning. You're their best advocate, always having their best interest at heart. So you have to be absolutely involved in your child's learning. How much time you can devote depends whether you're working uh, or whatever your circumstances are. But at least trying to work with them 5 to 15 minutes daily, you will definitely see lots of progress. Question number two, is special school very important for kids and how does it help? So, children on the spectrum need an individualized approach in order to learn. Now, they might struggle to go in a typical classroom, say, which has 15 to 20 children. It might really be very hard for them in order to focus, in order to learn, because the school environment is very different than the environment at home. So there might be some schools which are public schools, but they might offer special education classrooms where the ratio of the where the ratio of the teachers to the students, it's small. So they might have like 5 or 7 students having one main teacher and maybe one or two paras or the assistants who are assisting the teacher. So that kind of setup is very beneficial for our children with autism because there they can get the individualized support what they need. So that is how I see it. If your child is just beginning the school or they have been in school for some time and they are not making the progress you want them to see, then it's better for them to go into special education classrooms where the classroom sizes are smaller and the children can get the required attention they need. Next question. My child is 4 years old and he's still non-verbal. Can say a few words. Is it good time to start AAC? So definitely it's a good time to start AAC. For those of you who don't know, AAC stands for Augmentative and Alternative Communication. It is used by children who are non-verbal or who are not able to communicate verbally, or even if the children are verbal, sometimes they might not have the speech required to communicate everything, and also sometimes they might not be understood by the people around them. So AAC is suitable. There are no prerequisite skills for AAC. AAC can be introduced at any age. So definitely, if your child is nonverbal, you can definitely start with an AAC device. There are many AAC apps available. These apps are expensive, so do make sure you take proper guidance, take advice from a speech language pathologist who can do an assessment with your child for AAC. And then also, they might be able to recommend the right kind of app for your child. If you don't have access to AAC, then you can start with picture communication cards, wherein your child can communicate their wants and their needs along with pictures. So you have to absolutely set up a communication system for your child. As communication is multimodal, it's not only AAC, it's not only gestures, it's not only sign language. It can be verbal speech. In some kids, majority of them are non-verbal. It might be your child pointing to something, it might be your child leading you by hand to get something. So AAC is definitely advised. So thank you once again, and I will do a session next week with some more questions.